Hi, Tim Sells here. In this series of videos, I'm talking about network marketing leads. And in this specific video, I'm going to talk about how to craft your social media post. But it's not just simply for social media. It's for just pretty much everything you're ever going to do with a prospect. All right, there's 3 vital questions to write a headline, and that's going to be like your opening of your social media post, or it's going to be the top on any kind of a advertisement you would ever do, and pretty much slides or anything else, right? So what I'm doing here is that I'm orientating you in terms of like where we are in this series of videos, all right? So what desire is motivating your prospect? If I were to say there was one senior thing that when I was brand new that I didn't know, was that I was so focused on giving a presentation that I never paused long enough to actually think, what does that person desire? Before I ever open my mouth, what do they desire? What solutions are they looking for? All of those kinds of things, I just never thought about it. And so I want to emphasize it right here at the beginning. So what desire is motivating your prospect? How much does he or she know about your product and products like yours? This is his or her awareness level. Okay? I've done earlier videos about this, and I will do later videos about this. Okay? So I'm going to be talking a little bit more up here for this. How many similar products have they been told about before? This establishes their sophistication level. Obviously, if a person has, never seen a particular supplement or something like that, compared to somebody who's had and tried 10 of them, then this is going to be a higher sophistication level, right? And this one just has to do with what is their desire. Do they even see that they need that solution that you're offering them? All right, so I'm going to get into this. So these are all the awareness levels, and you can start at either side, but there's the very aware, and that is the one who have tried many similar products. Oftentimes they're very, very loyal to a brand. This over here is product aware, and so this would be the highest level. This would be the simplest lead you'll ever write. And I'm going to get into that in future videos here. And then there's product aware. They know of the product, but they're not quite sure they're ready to buy yours. Okay. And so then there's going to be sales copy, or what you write on a post or something like that, depending upon where your prospect is. Okay, so if your prospect is here, then you would want to slightly differentiate your products from other products. All right, and this one here, you're just going to give them the price, right? And maybe a special deal if you buy before Friday or something like that. Solution aware, knows the results he wants, doesn't know your product. Problem aware, senses he has a problem, doesn't know of a solution. And then there's the unaware, no knowledge of problem or solution. All right, so that's the summary of it here. And so now that I've got you thinking about the prospect, I want to enter in and do more discussions having to do with that desire. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you a kind of a mock-up of an ad. And so I want to kind of define something. It's a word that I'm using that most people don't use, and so I just want to define it. And it's the word aesthetics. And it's the study or theory of the beautiful, the ugly, the sublime, the comic, etc., and of the psychological responses to it. All right. And so the psychological response to it would be it evokes an emotion. All right. That's really all that it's saying. And so it's the aesthetics is perceptible by the senses. To perceive, all right? And so that means to be aware of, all right? And then perceive is to become aware of something through the senses, and the senses would be, tactile, sound, sight, taste, smell. Those are the senses, and any one of them. So I don't know if you've ever walk by somewhere and you smell coffee or you smell a donut or something like that, and it causes an emotion. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. And just in case you don't know, the sublime, a wonderful quality that affects you deeply. Okay, so the psychological responses we're looking for is prospect is attracted to it and desires it. Okay, so that's what we're really after. So when I talk about aesthetics, this is the iPhone. I just went to their website, and this is on the home page. And so I looked at this. I was like, there's their aesthetics. Now, nobody would necessarily think that a cell phone is a pretty picture, right? That's not what we're necessarily looking for. We're looking for the aesthetics. What emotion does it create? All right, so what they're doing at the beginning of the year, they're basically tying in what most people are going to be doing in the beginning of the year is starting an exercise program. And so now all you need is iPhone. Okay, so notice that they are taking advantage of a trend. All right, this is not my topic that I'm talking about, but I just want you to notice how good marketing will kind of ride on a trend if it can. Okay, so it's fitness, Apple Fitness Plus. Now all you need is an iPhone. Okay, and then this would be considered the headline. And so when you hear me use the phrase headline, and I'm going to be using it a lot, what it means is it's your lead. It's the first thing you want the person to look at. Perhaps sometimes they're going to look at the image first, but then they might jump up. Okay, but normally it's there in a social media post. It's obviously right at the top, and then all of your body copy. This is what they call subhead, and this is just a small piece, but then you could click and you can go read more. All right, and so that's what they call sales copy. That's the writing that is meant to sell. Okay, all right, and over here is, what's the purpose of this whole thing? Cause people to desire it. All right, so when you're looking for, if you show it to somebody and they go, I don't know, right? What does that mean? That means that something caused me not to desire it. Whether it be the color or whatever it is, and that's the stuff you jockey. Okay, and so when you're working on your sales copy, what you're looking for is that point at which you think that the prospect you're targeting desires it. Okay, so that's what you're after. And then somebody gets paid, somebody buys it, and then the company gets paid, or you get paid. Okay, now let's look at a social media post. I just chose that it was Japanese because I didn't want anybody's writing up there. And so can you see now that this is the aesthetic? And so it's got pictures of food. She's in a spa. It was her birthday, something like that. And so she was just basically writing about it. All right. And so up here is going to be kind of the headline. All right. And then here's the aesthetics. And then just below, if I had to click that button that says see more, then you would see the body copy. Okay. Okay. So here's the headline. Here's the body sales copy underneath there. And then the purpose is to cause people to desire it or be inspired. And I guess some people would debate this a bit, but I can kind of always walk them back into, so why would you post something? What is it? What's the purpose of it? Okay, so, mom wants to see what's happening with the kids. I get it. But also, there is an aesthetic that I like to put in there, right? Why do I want that aesthetic in there? Well, I want it to look good, or whatever it is. Okay, and so then these likes, these comments, these shares, that's the person's reward. It's not money, that's their reward. Okay, can you see now the similarity between the ad that I showed you and a social media post? And so this is really just the framework of a social media post of any kind that you want to do. Because I see a lot of, when people reach out to me sometimes, I'll hit their Facebook page or something like that, and I'll look, right? And I see what they have and what they're posting. What does it look like? What's the aesthetic? What are they trying to attract? Because I am always saying, what are they trying to attract? Give you another one. So this is, you see this right here? This is someone who has a coffee mug, and the whole thing is the Espresso collection. Okay, very good aesthetic, because what they're trying to sell there is the coffee machine, the espresso machine. All right. And so this is the aesthetics, the headline, easily brew, authentic espresso at home. Perfect headline. Okay. Subhead is this kitchen aid gives you the confidence to create and enjoy your favorite espresso drinks at home. All right. So that's a bit of branding. Not sure exactly what they're specifically targeting with that phrase there. Okay. And then here, cause people to desire it. Right. And then if you scroll on down, you would see the subhead, and then they go through, and this right here is your sales copy. Okay, so they're talking about the craftsmanship, the consistency, the creativity. All right, again, great aesthetics. Okay, cause people to desire it. Shop now. And then you can, get whichever one you wanted. Okay, I'm going to give you another one here. Okay, so aesthetic. I helped my friend lose 35 pounds. He's got his mojo back. Private message me if you want me to show you how. Okay, so headline, aesthetics, sales copy, purpose, cause people to desire or be inspired. Okay, you see that? Now, that normally wouldn't necessarily be an aesthetic from a beautiful standpoint, but if you desired to lose belly fat, that certainly is aesthetic. Okay, so now that's the main thing that I wanted you to get out of this video, is that a lot of times when you follow agencies, marketing agencies and stuff like that, they'll brag and they'll show you different things. And man, I swear, I just laugh because I think they miss it most of the time. They just kind of always want the beautiful, but they're not actually creating desire for the product. And I see the same thing on, multi-million-dollar ads, Super Bowl ads and stuff like that. Okay. All right. The less brand awareness you have, the more sales copy is required. Okay. So that's the reason that it would be private message me if you want me to show you how. And I'll get into what that means, show you how. It has to do with what's known as a mechanism, and I'll talk more about that in other videos. But it's the item that is going to get the result. Okay. All right. So notice I hit the unaware, problem aware, solution aware, and product aware in one post. Okay, because even if somebody was unaware that there was a possibility to lose fat, he just learned it. If the person was problem aware, in other words, they knew they had a problem, but they didn't know any solutions, it was just there because of the aesthetics, okay? Solution, so forth. So, all right. So again, I'll be going deeper into this. I just wanted to summarize this. All right. So give me your thoughts on the similarity between social media posts and sales copy. All right. And so in the comments down below, tell me what you think in terms of is it similar, right? Have I shown you that it is basically the same thing? All it has to do is the content, right? That's all that it is. Also, I highly recommend that you study why some posts get more likes, comments, and shares than others do, right? So start differentiating those and try to figure out the aesthetic part of it, the headline, the copy, all of that stuff, right? So if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. And also, if you want to join our Telegram group, you're welcome to do so. It's where people can ask questions, and they ask a lot of questions. And I'm able to answer everybody who answers questions, and everybody sees them. So I appreciate you watching. Thank you.